To the severely underpopulated genre of paperwork checking simulators, which contains only 2 games, Papers, Please, and now this one. Oh yes, and Tom Clancy's The Division. But that one only because it was so boring it made me stop and do my tax return instead. The game is Not Tonight, which isn't the best title, because in the time it took to go from buying the game to looking for it on my phone list, I completely forgot what it was called. It's set in Britain, but in contrast to We Happy Few, it's pretty clearly made for the British people, because it's less cool and anti-Python quotes and more black comedy and pregnant teenagers with bad haircuts. In an alternative post-Brexit 2018, an extreme isolationist party has taken power and pledged to enforce national theorism. And as a second-generation immigrant, you now have to work as a bouncer to avoid being deported to Europe. And occasionally, you have to check visas at the border just to abandon whatever pretense remains that wasn't a Papers, Please. And I'm not going to say Papers, Please knock off in case paperwork checking is the hot new genre, and I'll tell you people who do about when we used to call FPS's doom clones. But Not Tonight is deliberately doing its hair exactly like Papers, Please, and illicitly trying to get off with Papers, Please's boyfriend. It starts off simple with you just checking expiry dates on IDs, and as the government gets more paranoid, complexity increases, and you're checking off 2 forms of ID, tickets, the government of their pockets, and whether they possess an innie or an outie belly button. Also, like the Papers, Please, there are multiple endings. You have to decide if you're going to side with the government or the resistance, and you can follow their history and secret extra objectives. But unlike Papers, Please, there isn't really a choice. And Papers, Please, I think that supporting the government might be justified if they are at least stable, and it makes it less likely that the secret police will come around and split my nostrils open with a pair of donkey castrating scissors. But in Not Tonight, the government openly hates you and informs you frequently that given half a charge it will calculate the right to trade into a little rascal of Mr. Bean DVDs, so why wouldn't you support the resistance? So Papers, Please is about the struggle of being a good person when survival's on the line and it's easier to keep your head down. You have to work at something that's brains just to get by day to day. Meanwhile, I paid every bill in Not Tonight the day I got it, and I ended the game with 13 grand in the bank. In retrospect, I wouldn't even have bothered with all that drug dealing on the side. I just figured why not? There's no consequence except I lost a few points in social credit. Oh, how embarrassing. How will I show my face at the end of this garden? Also, I also want to complain about a game simultaneously knocking off Papers, Please and not being enough like Papers, Please. Well, the ways it just are making it a worse game, it's been done. I really don't get paid by the content. I have to make it minimum social with people like transmissions just to gain randomly roll the sympathizing partners for when they're going to a European and the woman. Now, let's not be too clear. It's a pixel art and it's solid. The addition of a good character inventory puzzle has a massive bit of extra shit. It's just that I feel like in comparison to Papers, Please, it's doing less with more. It's less more, less impactful. It's not just like it's going to be pretty fucking dating with people. It's like a few government things, which the rise and popular support for maybe that's the desires on mind this week, aside from some new indie games like a Catholic priest moonlighting as a crossword attendant. I decided I was undergoing trial preparation with anything that could be remotely described as open world or procedural. It's not the open world games now don't go lucky. We also have 32 hours per weekend to help you finish the captain materials, but I have needs that I have to fulfill elsewhere. I'm going to play a nice linear crafted story that makes me feel clever, not like an unusually well-scrubbed homeless person who can leak rubber cement from their armpits, or indeed like someone strapped to a conveyor belt and pouring inexorably into the world's most boring doomsday machine, so that's most walking simulators out. No, I'm going to play a 2D quantitative adventure game. Take it back to a simpler time, and if there was an object you need in a high place, you couldn't just exploit the physics engine, you'd have to combine a toasting fork with an extension cord and a sticker brick, and click on something too quickly as well, because some might know how to game is trying to hold it down and hold your stupid trick. Technically role-playing, but then again, avocado is technically a fruit, so you wouldn't put it in a fucking crumble. Anyway, you have some flavorless strange kid with one of three bland backstories who gets possessed by a demon and goes on the rampage, where they get exorcised by the Unavowed, a secret society of paranormal detectives close to fight evil. Okay, guys, that sounds pretty fucking avowed to me. Probably more avowed than most people. Also, it's rather apparent the name of the and share a plot, consisting of a genie, a half-genie lady with a big thumb, and a bloke with a fire magic and a trench coat and a big pants with an enormous sandwich board with the phrase, "We've read a few dresing file books filled across it." Anyway, now that the demon has put your bland, pleb face atop the most wanted list, you have no choice but to join the Unavowed. You've got no supernatural abilities, or indeed any perceivable qualifications besides a very bland face, but I guess the washing up isn't going to do it. So, it concerns that none of your new colleagues can so much as run a D&D campaign, so it goes to you to take the lead, take the new challenge, and undo the piss artistry of the healthy possessed self imposed upon the city of New York. Now, if you hate meditation fire sports, then you have my sympathy. Don't give up, there is always help out there. But if you have, then the world of Unavowed will seem very familiar. It's a fairly bog-standard urban fantasy. Magical races have lived in hiding among us for centuries and must be pretty fucking shit at it, because literally every bookshop in the world has now a section devoted to stories about this. So it's a modern-day city full of demons and wizards and fairies and clumsy analogies to combat every race. But as such, Unavowed is a tough, riveted theme-wise, but I think that's forgivable as long as it's serving up an engaging enough little yarn. Having said that, I'm not sure if that's thanks to or in spite of the usual adventure game trappings. Some of you may know that I have some history with the adventure game studio community from way back. Basically, I hung around until they stopped feeding me like a feral cat. But also because I felt adventure games were too limited, and so was Adventure Game Studio at the point. You can have the loveliest art in the world, and Unavowed does have some lovely backgrounds, but there's always something dodgy about having animations in the game. It doesn't help that every character in Unavowed spends 90% of their time standing like they're waiting for us on the street, waiting for us in the Imperial realm, waiting for us in the back of a speeding boat during the past pursuit of the Queen Master. Every character also has one action pose that they occasionally slide in and out of, as naturally as an articulated sex toy, cooking modes and sensitive to violent buggery. The broader problem with adventure games is that the challenge is having to navigate your way along one specific thread of legend. If it's too obscure, like you can only prod the angry octopus with the garden hoe and not the souvenir miniature of Nelson's column, then it gets annoying. But if it's too obvious, like the only things you can interact with are a fat dog with a hole shaped like a fat dog, then it gets boring. You get to walk a fine line between those who make sense but being obscure and so you feel clever for figuring them out. Unavowed is more on the fat dog side of things, to small numbers of rooms, and half the time you can progress despite exhausting dialogue with everyone. I didn't feel clever figuring some things out. There's a bit with a duel where you have to find a loophole in the rules, but for the most part, I ran home through the concept fairly slowly down. Part of that might be because you can choose which two helpers to bring along with the character, and so the puzzles have to be laid out in such a way that any combination of characters can solve them, which reflects thoughtful design and is all very impressive, but it's impressive in the way that plate spinning is impressive. Yes, very skillful, but I'm going to want that plate back soon so I can finish eating my dinner. So when you're asked to pick characters, you don't have any idea what the chat is going to be about or whose skills or experiences are most appropriate. The approach is always going to be completely arbitrary. And unless you really do want to start a boil down team next job, I'm not convinced it's worth it. So I'll get back to the story because I do like the game and I only want to cover the story rather than anything about it. The kind of deeper story is you'll get in an ATS game, despite the limited locations, it succeeds in creating a sense of a much bigger world. While developing our imagination for the experience. Bear that in mind, we happy few. Bear that in mind, vampire. As every other game that's not fully created this world, one that being rather funny involved in the theme of how the language is filmed in the classic object style. And while this entire style isn't the New York movie associated with the equivalent of harlequin romance novels for lonely women in their 20s, I liked the characters. They all had rounded backstories, carried out both through implicational and plus admittedly dialogue trees, but translated effectively across multiple between tap downtime bits that don't vomit their GCSE results at you the first time you seem remotely interested. And despite a few glaring holes, the plot had some interesting twists, and in the end I was engaged. And that's all you can ask for, really. Well, it's not all. I could ask for a hand job, but I'm pretty sure you didn't do it free. It was a long-term silver with these days. Biotech is a wonderful thing to bring into the world, but the retrofuturist trend is just getting silly. Now, did you all decide you were sick of hiring concept artists? So you went to your grandma's basement and nicked an armful of ideal home catalogues from the 70s? But seriously though, We Happy Few does interest me. I know it's been on early access and what is technically known as a yonk, but it seemed like it was going to have some kind of story, and I didn't want to spoil that for myself while it was still at the puppet theatre stage of development. But what also interested me as a British person was that it's an extremely British game set in Britain, where British characters do British things, and wait a minute, what's that Canadian flag doing sticking out of your tip-shaped police helmet? Oh right, forgive me, it's actually a Canadian game setting out to so you know what that means, everyone. Strap in for a bunch of fucking Monty Python. But let's be fair, We Happy Few is set in an alternative 60s fiction inspired by the weirdly specific and no less weirdly well-populated genre of retro British dystopian fiction as seen in 1984, Brave New World, A Clockwork Orange, The Prisoner, Viva Vendetta, and every panty-flossing wet dream Margaret Thatcher ever had. And there is actually some very active and incredible satire of the British national identity going on here, with one of the NPCs with funny accents quoting Monty's bleeding Python at each other. In a world where Britain was the second world war, the people of the isolated city of Wellington Wells are kept distracted from the nightmares of past and present reality with a bizarre drug that induces happiness, suppresses negative memories, prevents childbirth, and pairs well with island gravy. Blimey, talk about science fiction, my antidepressants didn't do much more than kill all my boners. Everyone who can't or won't take the drug gets exiled to a big meadow immediately outside of town, which is pretty fucking weak sauce as far as exile goes, but I suppose that's what happens whenever an authority is off their fucking tits all day. This is that apt satire thing I was talking about, because what this is the British characteristic of keeping a cheerful stiff upper lip in times of crisis elevated to oppressive fascist doctrine. It's a thing that also comes up in the characterization of the protagonist, Arthur Hastings, who seems to descend into fits of stammering anxiety at the mere thought of causing a fuss, and apologizes profusely every time he has to kill someone or couple them to sleep. And that's the quintessence of the Britain I remember. The oppressive fascist state doesn't come about because of internal strife or military coup. It comes about largely because nobody wanted to cause a fuss. Arthur stops taking his pills when he starts remembering his long-lost brother, and thus begins a picaresque narrative in which we explore the various ways of Wellington Wells in pursuit of Arthur's quest to the theatre, the game being structured in true Bionicle style, wherein every deceptively simple objective has about 500 hidden sub-objectives, so you'll get the chance to run aliens through all four corners of the Earth, and you can't take a more direct path because it's not causing a fuss. So We Happy Few could be considered an acid test for procedural generation. Yes, we've all seen how Coach is very useful in dungeon crawlers for creating theoretically infinite levels, as long as the players have a theoretically infinite number of rather floatingly simple. We'll be making a AAA style immersive sim in which one pop or trailer or Deus Ex kind of mode. Is it viable to simply generate the hub world if we don't have the manpower to design one manually because everyone's too busy printing t-shirts for the Kickstarter package? And the answer to that is no. You big twat. Enticing as it may be to add game design into the list of jobs the corporate overlords no longer have to pay someone to do, a computer can't design a fun game unless the human knows what a fun game is. And at that point, the human is being what we call a game designer. So We Happy Few has its important fixed spots for story locations, and in between them is a load of procedurally generated clunky work. A quest places an objective marker where the kilometre away, I hike over to the marker, nothing happens in the meantime. I skip through a meadow and fix a few clothes. Oh, the hard-boiled life of the defiant of the how about, instead of procedurally generating world, because every game has to have you just restrict the gameplay to the important fun parts and cut out the travel time in between. We could call them, I don't know, stages, or levels, or chapters if you're pretentious. That way there wouldn't be as much useless boring bullshit. Blimey, why is no one thought of this? But even if you enjoy running across empty meadows because you're a fucking horse, the blockchain might also be one of the game's buzzy living and jungle explorer section. It was almost certainly the reason I could turn a corner and find about 50 clones of the same old lady standing around a section of road having a Monty Python quota. Mind you, I doubt it was the procedural level design that was making half of these float tubes off the ground with the other half clip inside a wall. I know I hate to cause a fuss, but we call it
Wow. That is some place I don't think I want to go just yet, but let me just peep in real quick, see what it's about. Level 30 to 31. Jesus. That's powerful enemies right there. Let's just go peep and see what we can see. Holy crap! Holy fucking crap! Oh hell no! Oh hell no! Hell no! If I struggling with the people in this dungeon, I don't even want to see the people in that dungeon. Fuck that dungeon, no. Excuse my language, but fuck that dungeon, no.
watching it, but you might need context if you're watching this video on the 16th of November or something. So in lieu of having saved up enough morphine tablets, here are 2 more indie games on Steam. I'll even think of a connection between them if you give me a while. They're both about some kind of peacekeeping episode, having to rescue some things and murder some other things. Oh fuck it, let's just go with they both door for tits off me. Let's start with Chasm. It's pixel art, it's procedural, it's Metroidvania, and of course it's fucking Kickstarted. Hey Kickstarter backers, don't insulate the inside of that comfort zone too much, there'll be no room for your fat body art. We are a rocky knight dispatched to an abandoned mining town to figure out what's gone wrong, and upon taking a look in the mine, he goes, well, there's your problem, you've got a Metroidvania game down there. 5 distinct zones, open up stages by new abilities, boss fights, more backtracking than mistakenly laid out railway. That's Metroidvania, alright. Hope you've been maintaining that safe point in the entire square, because this is like Cookville. Pennsylvania seems like the main influence. Rescuing individual villages is straight out of Order of Ecclesia, and there's a friendly element sword NPC you can get that made 60% of my brain develop lights up like Blackpool Pier. But while alot could reasonably be expected to take on different opinions because he ate eating for breakfast, the stuff he's we can tell here doesn't inspire the same confidence. And the only thing that's changed by the time we fight the formless unstoppable demon king of the underworld at the end is that he found a nicer sword and some wine fields. Also, Chasm is procedurally generated, or at least that's the claim. It seems like the boss fights, the warp rooms, and the upgrades are all roughly in fixed order, and it's just all the filler rooms in between that change. I'm not even 100% on that. I started a second game with a new scene to see if I could figure out what had changed, and discovered a short ways in that I didn't actually give a shit. Mind you, Castlevania and Invasion has a precedent. I've played Area of Sorrow so many times, I've tried using some ways run around with the properly the pickups around, but inject a little variety into my playthrough. But what usually ended up happening was the starting players would drop the fucking play forward or something, and I spent the rest of the game effortlessly handing out wedgies. Maybe that's why Chasm's gameplay challenge seems painfully unpronounced, but I think that was mainly because of the magic daggers. The amount of attacks are upgradable, and you can equip whichever one you want, and once fully upgraded, the magic daggers were doing between 60 and shitloads of damage a pop, and still only cost 1 point to use. So I ended up spamming them out at the fucking play list until what was the boss in the game's second half and my first game. I did almost finish the game, but only because it took basically no effort, and I had some podcasts to listen to. For my procedural generation theoretically has replay value, I'd far rather replay a game that carefully crafts its layout for maximum entertainment than a game like Chasm that rearranges its dull, generic, always full of repeated enemies in a way that has all the practical impact of rearranging the contents of a console and concept. I can't say that Chasm is the very best game I've played named Chasm, because at least better than Chasm Below, because in contrast to the generic Castlevania rip-off with some nice pixel art rather than a generic quote rip-off with the color spectrum of a turd convention. So let's move on to our second game, which I didn't actually finish, but I'm going to offer a definitive opinion on anyway, because I'm a busy man with a lot of uneasy interests in the house. This is The Police 2. I haven't played This Is The Police 1, so I had no idea what I was in for, but I was drawn to the fact that the acronym was TIPTA. This is The Police 2, it turned out, is a game structured somewhat like XCOM, with isometric turn-based combat missions interspersed with a management game where you equip and dispatch named officers to deal with situations they can. All of whom are referred to by male pronouns, even the ones that are obviously women. It's neither abject laziness or irrelevance in part of the small town authority, because the plot is about an inexperienced female deputy in a small town department trying to take over when the sheriff is killed and who just can't seem to get respect in a man's world. Fortunately, her officers arrested Victor, who turns out to be a former police chief wanted on federal corruption charges, but more importantly, he's a man with a big manly beard, so she puts him in charge instead. Hey, This Is The Police 2. Did you see what I did there? I got the premise of your story across in about half a paragraph. Perhaps you could show that to your cutscene writer the next time you get a word in edgeways. Yes, Tipper has pretensions to cinematic storytelling, but, well, here's my impression of a This Is The Police 2 cutscene. I mean, this is me doing an impression of a This Is The Police 2 cutscene right now. I'm doing it now. Can't you see I'm doing an impression of a This Is The Police 2 cutscene, viewers? 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 Are you listening, viewers? You need to be listening to understand my impression of a This Is The Police 2 cutscene. I think they're going for an ultra-naturalistic dialogue style, but if realism was the intent, it fell flat, because realistically, if I was stuck in a conversation on the course, I'd stick my head in the nearest breadcrumb in the book. Imagine they remade Fargo, but every scene was extended by the 10 minutes before the relevant thing happens, and the 10 minutes after it as well. It's particularly cruel because the first thing you do is a tutorial for the turn-based XCOM style combat, and then approximately 94 billion years or less before you get to do it for real. And not just because the cutscenes roll like an argument broke out of the old folks' home between the hearing loss ring and the Alzheimer's ward. Turns out the bulk of the gameplay is dispatching officers to petty crimes, and they can snap off the old style text-based decision. It isn't unenjoyable, but it is a bit of a lurch when the combat does come out, and they just tip the top of the bank robbers immediately after solving the case of the schoolboy secretly left on the bus driver. So that's everyday police work for you, I guess. And after the first combat mission, I was feeling positive. I stealthily brought all the baddies in alive with my XCOM clip.
What the hell is that? Holy mother of Moses. What? Let's kill all these first.
It's one thing to blow my tits up, it's quite another to then kick my tits around the garden with a gameplay system I'd usually kinda enjoy. Feels like a betrayal, like getting cut off in traffic by a character from Sesame Street. insane. Oh, the mid-year drive isn't so bad. I'll just do indie games on Steam and retros and laugh at an industry that never learns anything, TPE. And now we're in the middle of it, and I'm desperately searching on the sun-bleached rocks looking for something that isn't slathered in anime faces like a row of electrical sockets. You know, I even seriously considered reviewing No Man's Sky again. Now it's apparently been patched all the way from universally despised pariah to the lofty heights of another bloody survival customer creation game. But no, it's simple to encourage this. Let's just fix it in post. That is not a world in which I wish to exist, because I would never be able to have confidence in a negative review again. The games that make me feel the hot crowd is just over the curtains. I still have to provide those further cool writers in the future might patch in a new pair of curtains, so fuck it. In the end, I decided to review a game I missed out on from last year. The prospect of my Steam recommendations up until nothing was a starry-eyed young actor showing up on the last day of audition. The game by Blue Game. No, really, that's their name. Sounds to me like someone asked them their name before they promoted it, and someone had to hastily make one up. Same developers as Layers of Fear, which you may recall I didn't take too much, because it was a classic walking simulator with all the usual walking simulator trappings, deliberately obscure plot, and it's only the continued brain-busting challenge of locating the W key on your keyboard that stops it being essentially the same as riding the Haunted Mansion ride at Disneyland. Observer, in contrast, plays like a first-person adventure game that's currently in rehab for walking simulator addiction. It's gradually rebuilding its life, one dialogue basis opening puzzle at a time, but every now and again it falls off the wagon. And if Layers of Fear came of flying the Haunted Mansion ride a few many times, Observer comes up rewatching Blade Runner every night. Cyberpunk dystopia, check. You know, this is like a cyberpunk utopia where the corporation started building computers to people's faces and everything just works out perfectly well. Main character's detective, check. Completely unnecessary opening text crawl, which might as well have been replaced with the words, it is a cyberpunk dystopia, check. Rutger Hauer's in it. Double check with chips on the side. Rutger Hauer, who now talks like he's processing all his words for a slightly blunt hand-crank fucking is an observer. He's a cyber detective with the ability to jack into other people's brains in order to search them and move for 30 crimes, part of his words could be of interest. Jack Ross is right after all. Anyway, our hero, Daniel Lazarski, which is one of those surnames that makes it short of being described as a loose cannon across the desk of the city police chief, was contacted by his estranged tech genius son, who probably stopped calling because he was sick of explaining to Rutger Hauer how to use Facebook. But something's gone to shit and he needs help, so dear old dad comes to the slum apartment building his son was calling from, finds a whole bunch of crime scenes and dead bodies, and has pieced together exactly what his son was doing and what it has to do with the evil mega corporation that inevitably hands over everything like the highly productive Western of a pitiless control of drugs, from a company in mind with a select number of victims. So basically it's Blade Runner meets Psychonauts meets the Haunted Mansion ride. You know, detective games have long struggled with the concept of investigative gameplay. How do you make a gameplay mechanic based around the player figuring stuff out that can determine that the player actually did figure it out and isn't just rolling a belt sander back and forth across the controller until progress happens? Observer takes a bold approach to this rework, but then it's somewhat like a better than the Shadows. While you go over crime scenes with 3 different players against electronic spectacles, running around the internet, what usually happens after you've widdly weed everything that can be widdly weed is that what's the power announces he's figured out and he's the next bit open. Either that or there'll be a 4-digit code lock you need to figure out, but the game makes sure no one gets left behind. There is literally a moment where the numbers you need to figure out materialize before you in giant neon digits. Another time I was casually jacking off into the head of a dead young lady in a room with a conspicuous 4-digit code lock, and towards the end of the jack-off sequence I see the same lady in the same room going 6105, 6105, 6105. What I was back in the lobby, I went back to the code lock, flushed with pride at my detective building skills, but before I could do anything, what's the power went, I think the code might be 6105. What do you think electronic genius is the future? So despite its handful of puzzles and the slogan where you render the most like hallways of your apartment building, having arguments with random people's door intercoms in a way that screams we didn't want to have to become more than like 3 characters, Observer is still elbow deep in walking simulator land. The jack-off sequences are the moments when the walking simulator leaps off the bench, rubbing its hands together with glee, and I'm tempted to use the word overindulgent, as well as the word punch blast, but that's for unrelated reasons. So with the justification that we're exploring a dying person's mental range, get together to memory, all the old Layers of Fear reality federation comes back in force, spooky happenings and illogical geography galore, but again, it's just Haunted Mansion press forward to continue, and I keep holding on to audio things, but apparently something sudden and jump scary happened while I was listening to something else. But then, on like 3 occasions during jack-off bits, Mr. Gameplay wakes up with a start, sees that Mr. Wilson tonight, and it's run and talks for like an hour, and goes, shit, here's a monster, spelled around it or something, I guess. But I've been settling into a light, cuddling, fun sightseeing tour groove for the last several hours. The sudden risky insta-kill game over is very bloody jarring. If you wanted to sprinkle gameplay into your Haunted Mansion card, then I would take some kind of comprehension test at the end to see if we figured out that the exploding jack door with the head of 3 foresight was supposed to symbolize that the subject didn't get on with their character. But then finally, I'd say I like Observer quite a bit more than Layers of Fear. It's mainly because some of it may be to explore the visual artistry of the interactive medium by throwing close at our head as we walk down the hallway. A nice bit of context that landing in reality can work wonders. And the little puzzle or gameplay challenge can really help us refocus on what's been days by flying physical. It's just finding the right blend of exploration with an extra, jarring insta-kill monster interlude, punch blast. plus you back to its favourite kind of marine life. It just means 8 cards. Octopath Traveler is a game about going through the stories or travelling the paths of the world of 8 characters. Might seem a bit on the nose in titles girl, but in really Japanese terms, probably sounds cooler in a foreign language. Yes, it actually literally means 8 cards in English. Yes, your very clever and worldly story and sound. The one that any food sounds classier if you give it a French name. More Brazilian alot probably sounds a lot more palatable than dog turds and gravel. Anyway, Octopath Traveler is a JRPG, but don't hold that against it, because it's literally trying to evoke an older era of JRPGs that are more colourful. And won't very over-designed progress and prolonged fashion parades on the terms of military standard shit. Actually, thinking about it, that's been less the case with JRPGs. It's just because we haven't had a new Final Fantasy in a while, and the last one we did have is now people going around relatively soberly here. But while we're on the subject, it's game like Final Fantasy 6 that Octopath and Angela is most found the 8 to 7 or 16-bit Final Fantasy that hits perfect sweet spot between the story's beginnings and embarrassing mechanics and less standard fantasy settings and everything turning into convoluted magic techno visual diarrhea and whatever the fuck is going on in Final Fantasy 10. At least everything was visually consistent in Toon Times, nice readable tower-based environments and every character was super deformed big head lab, but exactly the same space, so we all look like carefully overdressed lemons. That's the visual style Octopath Traveler is going for. Although the little 2D character sprites were running around fully 3D environments with pixely 16-bit texture sets over them, all rendering in accordance with graphical standards of the modern age, meaning everything is looking like an overexposed photo and slightly brown. So how can I tell viewers, I want to gauge the effectiveness of the game's story, and I'm going to attempt to list all 8 characters and their story arcs from memory alone. So Tressa and Rachel, who dies with the lucky ambition reach to dedicate her life to becoming a really good traveling nerd pack, which being a more innocent term before child protection prejudice. Then there's Cyrus, a teacher who gets fired because it's a mean girl journey and goes looking for an elderly library. Oh yeah, Tim Rose, who's a stickler assassin who plays with commitment to revenge by refusing to put prizes on regardless of the weather. I think the easier to trust a number of their characters rather than their personalities, so their standard vary a man with George, who refusing justice on the men who robbed him of honor because that was such a real life. The thief, Therion, a man bears his name because it contains most of the letters of thief, and his story involves him in the sewer containers which has only got one thing going for him, might as well own it. And there's Priest, yep, got one of them, some blonde lady going on a pilgrimage because the lady who was supposed to do it called in sick or something, trying to move on. Shit. Oh yeah, there's a temple lady looking for her missing mouse who comes from the village and unfortunately got really drunk with an agent there and decided they were just going to have fun with it. Lastly, apothecary land. Their friends get poisoned, they cure the poison, then they decide to travel the world because the format demands it. Well, I suppose you can't all be stickler assassins. Not all stories are created equal, so it's weird that while you can clearly swap out 3 members of your format party, whoever you pick first leads the party permanently. So don't pick apothecary land first, as you'll be stuck with one of the piece of toilet paper falling from your shoe. But I think the issue about the whole presentation is that I really got a sense that my ragtag bunch of anime misfits are actually interacting with each other. The first part of the game, you tour all the home villages randomly touching people until one goes, hello random group of strangers, I'm about to embark on a very personal quest that will define the rest of my life, why not tag along? And that's your new party member, smilingly joining up with a group of what might be cannibalistic serial tax dodgers for all they know, accepting that they're going to have to mutually risk their personal bullshit of 7 complete strangers before they come back around to sorting out whatever put a hole at their own ass. It's particularly jarring the character type Finlay doing the I am dishonored in the law and I have nothing left in this world but my quest for violent bloody revenge bit, either acknowledging the 7 colorful breeds of daring children of adolescence with whom she plays a sleeping bag around. It's only noticed at the end of the game any connection between the 8 stories are established. Again, it's 8 separate stories rather than a story about 8 people. Every time you go to a new chapter of one person in the story, everyone else just disappears at their butthole because the rest of the cutscene. Sometimes after the cutscene, a little button turns up, and you can teleport the relevant character and draw another party member to the interaction dimension so they discuss what just happened. But I don't see why they couldn't have worked it into the scene. Made it like an actual organic relationship building was going on, not just a subtle post-match commentary on stat or inscription wardrobe. The structure of Octagon Watchless gameplay, meanwhile, is kind of formulaic. Every chapter goes through the same motion. You can see whatever villain the episode is, or little names rather than paladin gadgets. Content them at the end, they turn into 20 short realistically drawn versions of themselves, and you fight them for absolutely bloody ages. Most of the combat is fine, and they're supposed to be influenced the traffic better, which is to my mind a fun-paper turn-based combat. But those are the types of based around figuring out enemy weaknesses and combat essentials, and saving up on a glowing power apothecary so you can scratch them all if it wants to do an extra damaging attack. But I think Square Enix are indulging the modern JRPG tendency to overthink things. I mean, I like how the combat in Final Fantasy 6 was straightforward, didn't get in the way much. Enemies attack, flash, enemy carry away. The universe uncorrected with one. Here, even the random battles drag on a bit, I like the fun kind of drag on. All in all, I would classify Octopath Traveler as a time blur. It doesn't cover my story arc and brain or tickle my gameplay game engine, and too much of it is rampant cliche and grind, which is fun funnily enough, the name of my usual law firm. After the first round of story chapters, I was about 6 below the recommended level for the next one. Just did things get blinded. Once I fucking found somewhere to blind for, considering the game map refuses to tell you what level each area is suitable for. In retrospect, maybe I shouldn't have equipped that passive perk Cyrus had that reduced the number of random encounters. But it was his only perk at the time, that took ages to learn, so what was I supposed to do? Not equip it? That's like giving me a long for long deck and telling me not to stick it at me dog's bum. See, the crew one had a plot. It was a surprisingly involved one, too. It was a bloke who looked a bit like a bastard offspring of Gordon Freeman and Phil Fish, must avenge his brother's death and bring down a corrupt FBI agent by driving cars at things a lot. And that makes a rather conspicuous absence of a plot in the crew, too, of course, the wonderment. Well, the plot is, you are a person who likes driving a lot, and your mission is to drive a lot. Also, become very popular on social media. The goal of being best accomplished by driving a lot. Perhaps it's time to change that the goal of getting a lot of social media followers is now considered equivalent to avenging a dead brother. That is a universally understandable motivation. However, before I had the motivation to try to people with your style street cafe, it's been considered my Twitter profile depended on it, but how do I do? The crew two, like the crew one, the same extent, they would be very full of redundancies and hopefully more than funny, but both the heat, the lead defenders, and the entirety of the United States, and all the controlling cities, and the war. The usual strength and heavily summarized legal language, the full talk about the hour of the action towards the coast, not that you're fucking want to, and that's for a shitload of jobs, so this is nothing but endless to your own dedicated street, and probably actually involved with that, playing an hour-long YouTube video compilation outside of the website for the full range of managed basic rates and unfolded marketing, by staring at the little position marker on the timeline and pretending you're riding on top of it. I'm pretty sure if you travel with a straight line northeast and east in Los Angeles last night, you wouldn't mean that anything was made until you hit St. Louis, and arguably not even then. The game is divided between four distinct types of driving games. Road racing, which involves driving to a place to practice. Off-road racing, which involves driving to a place to practice. Street racing, which involves driving to a place to practice in a very responsible way. And freestyle, which involves doing stunts on a plane until you unlock the second gear, at which point it becomes about driving to a place to practice. It's released four extremely distinct disciplines with received international games. Each of the four has a valid organizer who is currently the most accomplished racer, and someone is told you to just finish through the physical experience from this drill motivated to learn 2002.
Are you shitting me? Are you directly shitting me right now? What in God's name is that? Why is he here? What is life? No. 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 I refuse. Oh, game, don't play with my emotions like that. Are you kidding me, game? Are you kidding me now? Are you gonna kill me like this? Jesus. Oh, come on. What? No fucking way, you know. What blood clot is that? I know run past all of them. For them all to gang up on me and kill me, so? Enemies are not supposed to follow you that fucking far. Jesus, love of all good Christ on this planet. Yo, what am I doing back in here? Like I lost, yeah. There. How did I get across here? How did I get all the way across here when I went in over here? What is life, game? Where's the trading port? Because that's where I was. Oh my goodness, I'm lost in the dungeons. I'm lost in the dungeon. No. Make it stop. Somehow I'm lost in the goddamn dungeons. Jesus. Where is the exit? It's over there. Run down. Run right. Run left. Run all the way left. Oh my goodness, oh no. This horse is so damn slow, there's no way how. I'm on a horse. I'm supposed to be moving faster than normal speed. And for some strange, ungodly reason, these things still able to catch me. How are they able to catch me if the horse makes me 150% faster than normal? How? How can you auto-target on somebody that done pass you like that? Game? How? Explain thyself to me. Oh, come on. He wasn't nowhere near me just now, man. Game. Why you doing this to black people? Is this right here? Is my Rastafari problem with games like this? Using all fucking styles of engines. Whereas the enemy can fucking swipe at you 1 mile away from your body and still mother can't hit you for some reason. He hit at me, I done pass and he able to still hit me? Like for real now, run motherfucker, run! Why are you stopping? Why are you fucking stopping? Did I tell your mother that you should stop? Complete fucking dog shit, you cunt. The shield don't fucking block. The shield don't fucking block. And you trying to tell me now that you don't know when to wrestle run? Oh, look at that. You gonna put me here. I'm so done playing right now. I'm so done playing. Why would you put me back here? Why would you put me back? Fuck it. I give up. I'm just gonna pay the money and get it. Wait, you trying to tell me I can't zoom out now? Alright, game. I trying to get out of the damn thing, you know. Like back out here is out here that I trying to get out from. It's right here that I trying to get out to. Jesus, peace, man. Oh my goodness. Oh. Woo! That was no. Can't take it any longer. Oh my god. I don't hurt my soul, B. Oh, I can't take it any longer. Thanks for watching. all I could do is cry at this point.
It had the sincerity, but it didn't have midgets dressed like Napoleon.
Goodbye.
Simultaneously, RE4 is still an unnerving horror game.